All right, here we go. Bow Wow, welcome back.
What up with it?
Hey man, last one was epic that we did.
Yeah, we did numbers. That was
Well,
dope.
that was dope, man.
Yeah, that one was
That-
dope.
I mean, that was actually one of my favorite interviews that year because I think you got to just tell the Bow Wow story from the very beginning
Yeah.
to where you are now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people see Bow Wow on TV, they don't realize like the rich history that you have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now that was dope. We did that in my house in LA. And, I think that's what made it so, I don't want to use the word iconic, but that's what made that interview just so special, I think, was the fact that, I don't know if you, did the interview in somebody's house before, in the living room before, but it just had that type of environment where, you came to me, it was just comfortable, it was more of like a conversation, and we can just tap in and get in depth with certain information that the people probably knew, but then again, we did have some people that didn't know some of the history, which was dope to enlighten them and to catch them up to speed with, my legacy of some sort.
Yeah, no, I mean absolutely, because I think a lot of people like when you talk about younger generations, like they'll see LL Cool J on TV, and they don't or Ice Cube on TV or in a movie, they don't realize that these guys were musical icons and trendsetters back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool, man. So you had mentioned that you're going to be retiring from rap after you make 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so have you made that yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I need a new 20 million. I mean, now it's hard now because, when I made that decision to stop, it was only because of the TV money. It was only because of the hosting gigs. It was because that bag was so crazy that I really didn't have to do it anymore. I kind of felt like at that time it was solidified. Next to Jay-Z, there's no other rapper that sold out Madison Square Garden more than me and Hov. So that was an accomplishment right there. Doing the Staples Center was always a goal of mine, and check that off my list. And I'm like, I got the hardware, I got the plaques, I got the millions, and I sold over 15 million records. I have multiple number one. Like, what else? Like, what else? Maybe this is that shift in my career that the Ice-T's get and the LLs get, where this is now your second phase of your career. Pretty much, you're gonna ride off into this. This is what this is gonna be. You could potentially become a full-time actor and work your way up to get paid that $20 million a movie if you stay focused and do what you have to do. And that pretty much led into the whole me wanting to retire thing. It was the comfortability, me being lazy. And like I said, that BT money was good, the CSI money was good, so I really felt like I was cool. And plus, my schedule was perfect. It allowed me to be in one city for pretty much throughout the year, which for me, I'm definitely not used to. When I lived in LA, the house you came to, my daughter lives in LA, I was able to go to set. It was like making a big ass check to work a 9 to 5. That was like incredible. Like, to go to set, do something I love, be able to come home, still be able to take my daughter to school. Certain days I'll have 3 days off, the check still wouldn't change. So it was like the life. Like, here I am, young, black, successful. I'm living in Beverly Hills, and I'm working for the number one network in the world, which is CBS. Like, it gets no better than that. So I blame my retirement thing on me being comfortable at that time and me living in that moment and me telling myself and thinking like, oh shit, like this might be what it is. And are you ready to let the rap thing go and listen to the naysayers and just ride off like this and do it like that? But still at heart, I still had the rapping shit in me. I still wanted to do it. It was about putting me in the right place at the right time to get me back in my zone. And it took for me to do certain shit to get me back in my zone, to show motherfuckers like, don't get it fucked up. I really do this shit. And once that clicked, I knew I'll be back on it.
Right, because my man Scott Adams, he does the Dilbert cartoon. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's one of the best-selling cartoons ever. And we had a long talk about passion.
In my experience, I get passionate about things that work. Always. If it works, I get pretty excited about it.
Right.
But like I said, there were dozens of things I tried that didn't fail because my passion wasn't enough. There was something about the environment, something changed. You gave the example of, one of your businesses got, eaten by the dot-com bubble exploding. I had that same situation with some stuff. These are things you don't control, right? So you got to try a lot of things until luck can find you. But when something works, you get pretty excited about it.
Absolutely. And so for me, it was about me just finding that passion again. I just had to find that. And for me, it's difficult because when I go into the acting thing, I really close off every other hustle that I have, including rap. I would shut that shit down. Like right now they're trying to get me to do this play. That's what I was on the phone handling when you had chimed in. And, I would love to do the opportunity, but, just overnight, just over the past like 48 hours, I dropped a snippet of my single, and the shit just went viral, and the shit just took off. And, motherfucker saw me trending and was like, okay, shit, all right, look, man, we ain't even in the marks. Like, what the fuck has he done now? You know what I'm saying? But when they ran and saw what it was, they said, holy shit, it's for a song? Like, what the fuck is going on? And to see the motherfuckers who was probably talking shit 5 months ago, to see them shift now and understand, like, okay, maybe he bullshit at times, but when it's time for the boy to do what he do, the motherfucker can do what he do. It is, this is what he does. This was first. So, so for me, it goes back to what you're saying, living in that moment. So it's like, I got that moment and I got to ride that moment. So for me, it's tough, man. It is tough being me and juggling like everything that, that I have going on. But like I said, one thing about me, whatever's hot, whatever's working at that moment, we gonna ride it. So if this is what the world was asking for, if this is what they've been waiting on, and they wanted me to stop bullshitting around, and I got focused, and it's like, shit, we need to pump the brakes. I think we don't need to do this play right now. Like, for real. Like, it's been 6 years, 7 years. I've been trying to get one of these. We might need to put this shit on hold. We've been acting and hosting shit for the past 6 years. Hold everything off. We need to ride this right now. So you're absolutely right. I feel like we should. It's like a reaction stage that we live in now. It's like a reaction era. We react off of what's hot, and sometimes you got to roll with that shit.